Welcome back to Jeff Willett's Muscle Hub, the home of my weekly Q&A show and all of my YouTube videos. We got some more great questions to get into this week, so here we go. Number one, how to fit exercise into an overcomplicated schedule. Life happens and responsibilities happen, so sometimes you may have to adjust the schedule in order to get all your body parts in. Most of the Max OT schedules you will see are over a 5-day period because that's how I really prefer to do it. But you may not be able to make it into the gym 5 days, and that's okay. You can condense the Max OT workout schedule into 3 days or 4 days if you can't commit to 5. The message there is you still focus on the main principles, and as long as those are intact, you can condense the days, as I said, into 3 or 4 workouts. Now each workout's going to be a little bit longer, but you're still training every body part only one time per week. You can check out my blog on jeffwillet.com, and I have examples of a 3-day Max OT workout and a 4-day Max OT workout. Now the other thing is the time of day. If you have to adjust your workout to different times of day to accommodate your busy schedule, that's fine. Just make sure that your pre and post workout nutrition bubble that we always talk about follows that workout, whether that's later at night or early in the morning, and you'll do just fine. Question number 2. Tips on executing the deadlifts. The regular deadlift, off the ground power deadlift is a great compound movement. It's actually an exercise that I didn't really incorporate till later in my career, but really did contribute to a lot of back thickness and back development. A few things that helped me get more comfortable with it, because it was an exercise that I never really felt great with till again later, but what helped me get more comfortable with it is you always remember you want to keep your head up, your back straight, and you got to keep your butt low. Your butt needs to be down. You need to drive and start that move with your hips and your legs, not with your lower back. You don't want to do a 400-pound good morning and put all that strain on your lower back. So head's got to stay up, back straight, got to keep your butt down, drive with your hips and legs, and you want to drag the bar up your body. You don't want the weight to get too far away from you. And then finally, what I would like to do on deadlifts is after every rep, I actually reset for a second at the bottom. So I wanted to go through that, much like I tell you to do with squats. If you see my must-have exercise video, I talk about in squats how you have that mental checklist. I did that with deadlifts too, because it's an exercise where you really cannot have any lapses in form. So after every rep, I would kind of reset, think about the head up, butt down, drive with the hips. And those are my suggestions for executing the deadlift. Number 3 is, what are some optimal routines or ways that you can target weak spots or lagging body parts? And really, I don't think you necessarily try to arrange your workout to target a weak spot, because you can't do more for the area, because that's not going to get you there faster. If your arms you feel they're lagging, the worst thing in the world you can do is do more sets of biceps. It's going to overtrain and actually slow the process. So really, you're just sticking with the same basic Max OT compound lifts, which is going to work your total body, and ultimately over time, that's going to bring a balance everywhere. That's another benefit to do this kind of training. But one thing you can do, and I did this myself, if there's a body part that you feel needs to improve a little bit, I would move it earlier in the training week. So that's really the only thing I would do. For example, I felt like the last couple years of my career I really needed to focus on my back. So I would move that to Monday's day after 2 rest days. I just felt like that way you're not doing anything different with the workout, but it's earlier in the training week where you feel more refreshed and maybe more mentally energized to attack that. And regardless of when you do any lagging body part, the number 1 key to all this is great post-workout nutrition. Number 4, did I ever max out? No, I never did. Max out is when you go for a 1 lift maximum weight to see how much you can do on any one certain lift. Since this isn't powerlifting and that number really doesn't matter, to me I felt like it really didn't serve a purpose for bodybuilding, and it was very risky to do for no real return. And the other thing is I never wanted to miss an opportunity to really execute a more maximal result producing workout. So I never maxed out, I just stayed with the Max OT principles. And number 5, what's the best plan of attack to achieve a six-pack? One of the most common questions and most sought after thing, that six-pack stomach. And there really isn't a workout to get you there, because we can't spot reduce. You could do crunches all day and night for days on end, and it's not going to give you a six-pack. The way you want to approach the six-pack, if you will, is really just train the abs 1 time a week directly with overload, because the abs are getting worked daily as a stabilizer when you're doing heavy basic Max OT style lifts. So really I would only train them once a week with overload, and then the rest let the stabilizing action occur through the rest of your workout that you do all week long. And then the other real key is cardio and diet. Because you can have great abdominal muscle development, but if you have layers of fat over it, you're not going to see it anyway. And again, since we can't spot reduce, crunches are not going to rid that fat. But Max OT style cardio and a smart nutrition plan where you gradually reduce your calories, that will do it for you. So that's how you get your six-pack abs. So I wanted to say we had a great turnout at the seminar. A lot of people showed up. We went over some great information. And for those that were not available to come, that will be available as a download in my online store. So make sure you stay connected through Facebook and Twitter so you can find out all the latest information on the release date of that seminar. So thanks for tuning in. Now let's go out and execute.